everyone. It's Chris Cornaros here, the cryptocurrent team, back again with another Crypto Basics with Chris K. And today we have an awesome topic covering a very specific kind of coin. We're covering Rebase coins, just like the title says. And I think this is going to be an awesome video. I learned a lot just kind of doing research, studying in the background to be able to build this content out for you. And I hope you guys are able to take away as much as I was too. But of course, before we dive in, I am going to want to remind all of you that if you enjoyed today's content, please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave a like on the video. It really does help us out, gives us a jump on the algorithm, and it also lets us know the kind of content y'all enjoy so we can keep bringing that to you. But without further ado, let's jump into the meat and potatoes of today's video, Rebase coins. All right, to start us off today, I'm going to give you all some examples. I don't know about any of you, but I, off the top of my head, didn't know of any Rebase projects. I didn't really know the term either, but I was familiar with the projects once I looked up what Rebase projects are, right? I'd seen some of these projects, I just didn't realize they were Rebase. So to give you a sort of primer for today's episode, I want to give you some examples of coins. First up, we have Olympus. This trades under OHM. Currently sitting at a price of about 1,100 US dollars, so 1,100. If you were to trade from when it first became publicly available back in May of 2021 to today, you would be looking at about a 5x increase in your investment. So that's pretty good. But that's just one example. Up next, we have Time. So that is Wonderland. It just trades under Time, TIME. I'm not going to go into the kind of values for all these, and I'll explain why later. And finally, we have Benchmark Protocol that trades under Mark, MARK. All right, I gave you a few projects. I gave you kind of the price of one, and I'll explain a little after this, after I go into the definition of a rebase coin, why I didn't give you the price value for the rest, why I don't think it's necessary to actually cover it here. All right. But let's get into the definition, all right? A little dry. I pulled this directly from CoinMarketCap, but bear with me while I read through this. So a rebase or price elastic token is designed in a way that the circulating token supply adjusts, so increases or decreases, automatically according to a token's price fluctuations. This expansion and contraction is what we call a rebase mechanism. Okay, effectively is similar to a stablecoin in that both stablecoins and rebase coins have that target price that they want to hold to. For something like USD coin, it's $1. And for this next example, I'll be talking about Ampleforth. Their target price is also $1. So for an example of how the rebase mechanism actually works, let me give you some numbers with a real world example. So rebase protocol happens routinely. All right. Ampleforth, which trades under AMPL, that has a rebase scheduled every 24 hours with a target price of $1. If its price goes above $1, circulating supply expands during rebase, thereby reducing the value of each Ampleforth token. Okay. And if you think about it, it's just basic math. You can check this on your calculator. Essentially, the market cap, the total value of all coins, or the project, I guess, as a whole is a better example, right? So the total value of the project, that never changes. But the individual value of coins, that does, okay? And the quantity changes to kind of keep that where it is. So for example, if you have, a lot of coins out, price goes above what you want it to be at, the easiest way to reduce that price is just to increase the number of tokens. Think basic math, taking an average. The more you divide a number by, the smaller that average gets, right? And conversely, if the price of Ampleforth dips below $1, the current supply contracts during rebase, thereby increasing the value of each token. Similar math, if you want to keep that market cap at the same level, what you're going to do is you're just simply going to pull coins out. It's the same math, right? If you divide by a smaller number, that average gets higher. And that's all it is, right? You're basically playing on both sides of a seesaw, trying to keep it level, taking weight off one side to keep it level or adding weight to another to keep it level, right? All right. And one thing before we move on, I do just want to let you all know, Ampleforth, which trades under AMPL, coin I just spoke about, is different. I almost said a little bit different. It is just different. It's a different coin from the Ampleforth governance token, which trades under Forth, FORTH. Okay. Now, just a quick recap of what we covered so far. I gave you some examples of which projects are actually Rebase coins. So we have Olympus, Wonderland, Benchmark Protocol were three I mentioned. And then we also had Ampleforth. We dove into what Rebase coins are. Essentially, they increase or decrease the supply of all coins in circulation to keep the total value of the project as steady as possible. And up next, we are going to dive into a slightly different topic, okay? But one that is really important for this video because more often than not, rebase coins are commonly referred to as a pyramid scheme, right? People think, oh, if you get in really early on, you're set, right? This is a good investment. If you get in later, not so much. And I'll kind of speak to that in a little bit, but for anyone who doesn't know, let me break down just what a pyramid scheme is for you. Okay. So, pyramid scheme is an investment opportunity with a hierarchical structure. It starts with one person at the top. This person is going to go out and recruit, let's say, 10 other people, just for an example, but it could be any number. These people will then pay that first person a membership fee, essentially. They're going to pay that person for the honor, the right to be in this investment. Then those recruits, so the second tier, will go on and they will recruit more people. Okay, so each of those people, their goal will be to recruit, let's say, 10 more people, right? The number that they were originally recruited in, they're each going to do that. So it's rapidly increasing the number of investors. The money that was initially paid, right? So from the first 10 recruits goes directly to the pocket of the person at top. Then that second tier, they will all get the membership payments from their recruits. However, they're also going to pay a small percentage off to that top person, so on and so forth until you have millions of people in the bottom tier, for example, right? That's not necessarily how it always works. And there's a reason for that, right? It's not a great investment. Stay away from them. They're highly legal. But what you're maybe wondering is this the same, right? It sounds a little different, but there's an example I want to give y'all, and this is going to dive in a little to the numbers to explain it. So, like I was saying with Olympus, if you were to have invested in it when it first became publicly available back in May, that was sitting at about $160. If you were to invest in, and then were you to have sold it today, you'd be about a 5x in your investment. So, you're probably wondering, well, that's still a good investment, and you wouldn't be wrong. The one issue with that is in how rebase coins essentially function, which is they are not great for investing. Okay. Because essentially the value of your wallet, because of the change in supply, never changes. If I put $1,000 into any of these coins today, tomorrow it's going to be worth 1,000. The next day and the next day and the next day forever, right? Because that is the way they function. They keep the total value. So the value of each wallet, the value of the project as a whole, that never changes. The only thing that does is the supply of the coins. Okay. And for that reason, it's not a good investment because you're not just going to be able to invest and then see the price kind of increase over time like you do with traditional stocks, like you do with a lot of crypto projects. The only way you can kind of make money is by day trading. And I'll touch on that in a second. But as we wrap up this point, you heard me say that you would have had a 5x investment if you invested back when this was first publicly available and you sold today. Well, if you were to invest in Olympus when it was first created, and from Coin Market Cap's perspective, right, this is the earliest known price or the time of the launch, so the ICO, which is a little different than when it goes public. You would have 18,309% return. So that's 189x compared to a 5x. Now, you may remember me saying about pyramid schemes that, yes, you make a lot of money at the top, but of course, with the way numbers work, you're going to make a lot less later on. And this functions eerily similar to that, because if you were to have gotten in at the very beginning, you are sitting on 189x. That's a fantastic investment. If you get in it now, it's a 5x, and it probably isn't going to increase again because of the rebase mechanism. I hope y'all are seeing where I'm going with this, because essentially what I'm saying is, yes, you can still make money in these by day trading, maybe. If you were to do rapid trades, kind of perfectly timed when the rebase mechanism hits, you could slowly accumulate and trade up. But as far as investment goes, your investment will never increase. Maybe by a little bit at this point, but the reality is we are already too late in the game. And that is exactly how pyramid schemes work. Is at some point, even if you were to recruit a few people, you probably won't be able to recruit enough people to see any kind of return that the initial investors did. And for that reason, I do want to warn everyone here, be careful investing in rebase coins. Now, if you get into a very early stage, yes, you could make a lot of money, but at the same time, it also functions eerily similar to a pyramid scheme. And as we see more regulation roll in, I would not want to be messing around with any crypto that is remotely similar to that. And of course, I do want to remind you all, this is my opinion. I'm a crypto commentator. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not, a professional know-all investor. What I am is just a crypto commentator. I'm giving you my 2 cents on this topic. I want to educate you all as much as possible so that you can make better informed decisions. With that in mind, you should also do your own research. I'm sure there are good rebase projects. However, the few that I focused on today, and in general, most of the big ones, function rather similarly. And so you should all be careful. However, that is going to be it for us today. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. And if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. But until next time, I'm Chris Cornaris with Cryptocurrent, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day and stays cryptocurrent.